Right now, in this very moment, something magnificent is being prepared for you. You might not see it yet. You might be going through the hardest time of your life. You might be wondering why things aren't working out the way you planned. But I want you to understand something that will change everything for you. When the universe is about to give you something big, something that will transform your entire existence, it doesn't just drop it in your lap while you're comfortable and complacent. No, it prepares you first. It stretches you. It challenges you. It breaks down the old version of you so that the new version can emerge. Think about a caterpillar for a moment. Before it becomes a butterfly, it has to go through a complete transformation inside that cocoon. If you were to cut open that cocoon to help the butterfly, thinking you're doing it a favor, you would actually kill it. The struggle to break free is what makes its wings strong enough to fly. The resistance is what builds the capacity to soar. Your struggles right now are not punishments, they're preparations. They're making you ready for what's coming. You see, most people give up right before the breakthrough happens. They're in the cocoon, they're feeling uncomfortable, they're feeling trapped, and they think something has gone wrong. But nothing has gone wrong. Everything is going exactly as it should. The pressure you're feeling is not meant to break you down. It's meant to break you open. It's meant to crack open the shell of limitation that you've been living in so that the real you can finally emerge. When something big is about to happen in your life, the universe tests your readiness. It tests your faith. It tests your commitment to your vision. It asks you, do you really want this? Are you willing to become the person who can handle this blessing? Are you willing to let go of who you've been to become who you need to be? And here's what most people don't understand. The answer to that question isn't just spoken with words. It's spoken with your actions, your thoughts, your daily choices, your persistence in the face of obstacles. You might be asking yourself right now, why is this taking so long? Why haven't my prayers been answered? Why am I still struggling when I've been working so hard? And I'm here to tell you that the delay is not a denial. The wait is not a waste. Every single day that you're waiting, you're being prepared. You're developing patience. You're building character. You're strengthening your faith. You're learning lessons that you'll need when the big thing finally arrives. Think about it this way. If you wanted to lift 100 pounds, but you'd never lifted anything heavier than 10 pounds in your life, what would happen? You'd hurt yourself. You wouldn't be ready. So what do? You start with 10 pounds. Then you move to 15. Then 20. You gradually build up your capacity. That's exactly what's happening in your life right now. The challenges you're facing are building your capacity to hold the blessing that's coming. I've seen it happen over and over again in my own life and in the lives of countless others. Right before the major breakthrough, right before the big opportunity, right before the life-changing moment, there's often a period of intense difficulty. It's like the universe is saying, okay, you say you want this. Let me see if you really mean it. Let me see if you'll still believe when everything looks impossible. Let me see if you'll keep going when everyone else would quit. And here's the beautiful thing. When you pass that test, when you keep believing even when you can't see any evidence, when you keep taking action even when nothing seems to be working, when you maintain your faith even when everything looks dark, that's when the magic happens. That's when doors start opening that you didn't even know existed. That's when opportunities start flowing that seem to come out of nowhere. That's when people start showing up in your life who can help you reach your dreams. But you have to understand something crucial. The blessing that's coming isn't just about receiving something external. It's about becoming someone different. It's about transforming into the version of yourself that's aligned with your highest potential. You can't receive what you're not ready to receive. You can't attract into your life what you're not vibrationally matched with. And so the preparation period, as uncomfortable as it is absolutely necessary. Let me tell you about the power of intention. When you set a clear intention for what you want in your life, when you really commit to it with every fiber of your being, the entire universe begins to reorganize itself to bring that intention into reality. But here's what people miss. The universe doesn't just bring you what you want. It brings you everything you need to become the person who can have what you want. It brings you the lessons, the challenges, the experiences, the growth opportunities. And yes, sometimes it brings you the pain that finally motivates you to change. You see, we're not human beings having a spiritual experience. We're spiritual beings having a human experience. And as spiritual beings, we have access to infinite intelligence, infinite creativity, infinite possibility. But most of us have forgotten this. We've been taught to believe that we're limited, that we're small, that we're victims of our circumstances. And so the first thing that has to happen before you can receive something big is that these false beliefs have to be shattered. That's why challenges come. Not to hurt you, but to wake you up. Not to keep you down, but to remind you of who you really are. Every obstacle you face is an opportunity to remember your power. Every problem you encounter is a chance to tap into your inner wisdom. Every setback you experience is an invitation to rise to a higher level of consciousness. And when you start to see your challenges this way, everything changes. Instead of being a victim of your circumstances, you become a student of life. Instead of asking, why is this happening to me? You start asking, what is this teaching me? What is this preparing me for? How is this making me stronger? And when you ask better questions, you get better answers. When you change your perspective, you change your experience. Now, I want to talk to you about something that's absolutely essential to receiving the big blessing that's coming your way. And that's the concept of letting go. You see, most people are holding on so tightly to what they have, to who they've been, to their old ways of thinking and being, that there's no space for something new to come in. Your hands are full of the old, and so you can't receive the new. Letting go doesn't mean giving up. It doesn't mean you stop caring or stop trying. It means you release your attachment to specific outcomes. It means you trust the process. It means you stop trying to control every little detail and you allow life to unfold as it's meant to. Because here's the truth. What you're trying to control, you can't control anyway. The only thing you can truly control is your own thoughts, your own choices, your own responses to what happens. When you try to force things, when you try to make things happen on your timeline, in your way, you actually block the flow of good that's trying to come to you. It's like standing under a waterfall with an umbrella and wondering why you're not getting wet. The abundance is there, the blessings are there, but you're blocking them with your resistance, with your insistence that things have to happen your way. What if, instead of forcing, you allowed? What if, instead of pushing, you pulled back and created space? What if, instead of trying to figure out the how, you simply focused on the what and the why and trusted that the how would reveal itself? This is what it means to live in alignment with the flow of life. This is what it means to co-create with the universe rather than fighting against it. And when you do this, when you really let go and trust, something remarkable happens. Synchronicities start occurring. The right people show up at the right time. The perfect opportunities present themselves. Things start clicking into place in ways you couldn't have planned or orchestrated. This is not coincidence. This is the universe responding to your energy, to your faith, to your willingness to receive. But here's where many people stumble. When they start to see signs that things are shifting, when they start to notice opportunities emerging, they get scared. They start doubting. They start questioning whether they deserve it, whether it's real, whether it's going to last. And this fear and doubt creates resistance that can slow down or even stop the manifestation of their blessing. So you have to work on your self-worth. You have to know, not just intellectually, but in the core of your being, that you are worthy of receiving good things. You are worthy of abundance. You are worthy of love. You are worthy of success. You are worthy of happiness. Not because of what you've done or what you've achieved, but simply because you exist. Your worthiness is not something you earn, it's something you are. And when you truly accept this, when you truly believe this, you stop sabotaging yourself. You stop creating obstacles for yourself. You stop talking yourself out of opportunities. You stop playing small. You step into your greatness, not from a place of ego, but from a place of authentic self-acceptance and self-love. Now, let's talk about faith for a moment. Real faith. Not the kind of faith that needs constant evidence and reassurance. Not the kind of faith that wavers when things get tough. But the kind of faith that says, I believe even when I cannot see. I trust even when I don't understand. I know that everything is working out for my highest good, even when it doesn't look like it. This kind of faith is not passive, it's active. It's not just believing that good things will happen. It's acting as if they're already happening. It's making decisions today based on where you're going, not where you are. It's investing in yourself, preparing yourself, positioning yourself for the blessing that's on its way. You see, when you have real faith, you don't wait to feel confident before you take action. You take action, and the confidence comes as a result. You don't wait to have all the resources before you start. You start with what you have, and the resources appear as you need them. You don't wait for permission or approval from others. You give yourself permission. You approve of yourself. And here's something that might surprise you. When something big is about to happen in your life, you might actually feel worse before you feel better. You might feel more anxious, more unsettled, more uncertain. And this is completely normal. It's because you're on the edge of your comfort zone. You're about to step into unknown territory, and your ego, which wants to keep you safe and comfortable, is resisting this change. But growth only happens outside your comfort zone. Transformation only occurs when you're willing to step into the unknown. If you want something you've never had, you have to be willing to do something you've never done. You have to be willing to become someone you've never been. And I want you to understand that this discomfort you're feeling is actually a good sign. It means you're close. It means you're on the verge of a breakthrough. Don't let the discomfort scare you away from your destiny. Don't let the fear talk you out of your dream. Feel the fear and do it anyway. Feel the uncertainty and keep moving forward anyway. Feel the doubt and believe anyway. Because on the other side of that fear, on the other side of that uncertainty, on the other side of that discomfort, is everything you've been asking for, everything you've been working toward, everything you've been dreaming about. But you have to be willing to walk through the fire to get there. You have to be willing to face your fears, to confront your limitations, to push past your resistance. And when you do, when you really commit to your growth and your transformation, the universe meets you more than halfway. It opens doors you didn't even know existed. It brings people into your life who can help you. It creates circumstances and situations that support your vision. But you have to take the first step. You have to show the universe that you're serious. You have to demonstrate through your actions that you're ready for what you're asking for. Now, I want to address something that I see happening with so many people. They're waiting for their circumstances to change before they change their attitude. They're waiting to have money before they feel abundant. They're waiting to find love before they feel lovable. They're waiting for success before they feel confident, but it doesn't work that way. You have to change your inner world first, and then your outer world will reflect that change. You have to feel abundant now with what you have in order to attract more abundance. You have to feel lovable now, exactly as you are, in order to attract genuine love. You have to feel confident now, before you have evidence, in order to create the success you're looking for. Because the outer world is simply a reflection of your inner world. What's happening inside you is what's creating what's happening around you. This is one of the most important principles you'll ever learn. You are not a victim of your circumstances. You are a creator of your circumstances. Everything in your life right now you've attracted through your thoughts, your beliefs, your expectations, your energy. And if you don't like what you're experiencing, you have the power to change it by changing what's going on inside you. I know this might be hard to hear, especially if you're going through a difficult time. But I'm not saying you've consciously created your problems. Most of what we create unconsciously, based on beliefs we picked up in childhood, based on patterns we learned from our parents, based on experiences we've had that shaped how we see ourselves and the world. But here's the good news. If you created it, you can uncreate it. If your beliefs and thoughts have brought you to where you are, new beliefs and thoughts can take you somewhere else. You are not stuck. You are never stuck. You're always one decision away from a completely different life. You're always one thought away from a different perspective. You're always one choice away from a new beginning. And when something big is about to happen in your life, the universe often gives you opportunities to release old patterns, to heal old wounds, to let go of old beliefs that no longer serve you. Sometimes these opportunities come in the form of challenges. Sometimes they come in the form of people who trigger you. Sometimes they come in the form of situations that force you to look at yourself honestly, and it's so tempting to blame these people or situations. It's so tempting to play the victim and say, look what they did to me, look what happened to me. But if you do that, you give away your power, you make yourself helpless. You put yourself at the mercy of external circumstances. Instead, take responsibility, not blame, but responsibility. There's a big difference. Blame is about judgment and punishment. Responsibility is about empowerment and choice. When you take responsibility for your life, for your experiences, for your reactions, you reclaim your power. You become the author of your story instead of a character being written by someone else. And from this place of power, from this place of responsibility, you can create anything you want. You can overcome any obstacle. You can achieve any goal because you're no longer waiting for someone else to save you or fix you or change you. You're doing it yourself. You're becoming your own hero. This is what the preparation period is all about. It's about you stepping into your power. It's about you realizing that you have everything you need inside you already. It's about you understanding that you are not separate from the source of all creation. You are connected to it. You are an expression of it. And therefore, you have access to infinite wisdom, infinite creativity, infinite possibility. When you really get this, when you really understand this at a cellular level, everything changes. You stop looking outside yourself for validation, for approval, for permission, for answers. You start looking within. You start trusting your inner guidance. You start following your intuition. You start listening to that still, small voice inside you that knows the truth, that knows the way, that knows what's best for you. And as you do this, as you strengthen this connection with your inner wisdom, with your higher self, with the divine intelligence that flows through you, you become unstoppable. Not because you're forcing or pushing or struggling, but because you're aligned. You're in flow. You're moving with the current of life instead of against it. This is when miracles start happening. This is when the big blessing that's been preparing for you starts to manifest. This is when you look back and realize that every challenge you faced, every obstacle you overcame, every difficult moment you endured was leading you here. It was all part of the plan. It was all necessary. It was all perfect. And you feel this immense gratitude, not just for the good times, but for all of it. For the struggles that made you strong, for the failures that taught you valuable lessons, for the rejections that redirected you to something better, for the losses that made space for new blessings, for the pain that cracked you open and allowed more light to enter. This is the perspective shift that changes everything. When you can look at your life and see that it's all been working for you, not against you, you stop resisting, you stop fighting, you stop complaining, you start accepting, you start allowing, you start appreciating. And this shift in your energy changes what you attract into your life. Let me tell you about the power of gratitude. When you're grateful for what you have, you automatically attract more to be grateful for. Gratitude is like a magnet for abundance. When you appreciate what's in your life, more good things flow to you. But when you focus on what's missing, when you complain about what you don't have, when you feel sorry for yourself, you create resistance that blocks the flow of good. So even in the midst of your challenges, find things to be grateful for. Even when things aren't going the way you want, find the blessings. Even when you're struggling, look for the lessons. This doesn't mean you ignore your problems or pretend everything is perfect. It means you choose to focus on what's right instead of what's wrong. You choose to see possibilities instead of limitations. You choose to be hopeful instead of hopeless. And this choice, this simple shift in focus, creates a ripple effect in your life. It changes your mood. It changes your energy. It changes what you notice. It changes how people respond to you. It changes the opportunities you see. It changes everything. Now, as you're waiting for your big blessing to arrive, I want you to use this time wisely. Don't just wait passively. Prepare actively. Work on yourself. Develop yourself. Educate yourself. Read books that inspire you. Listen to teachings that uplift you. Spend time with people who encourage you. Take care of your body. Nurture your spirit. Cultivate your mind. Because when the opportunity comes, and it will come, you want to be ready. You want to have developed the skills, the knowledge, the mindset, the character that you'll need to handle it. You want to have become the person who's capable of receiving and maintaining the blessing that's coming. Too many people receive blessings before they're ready, and they end up losing them. They win the lottery and lose it all within a few years. They achieve success and sabotage it. They find love and push it away. Why? Because they haven't done the inner work. They haven't healed their wounds. They haven't changed their beliefs. They haven't become the person who can sustain that level of blessing. Don't let that be you. Use this preparation time to heal. Use it to grow. Use it to transform. Use it to become the highest version of yourself. Because when you do the inner work, when you really commit to your personal and spiritual development, The outer rewards come naturally and sustainably. And here's something beautiful. As you're becoming this new version of yourself, as you're growing and evolving and transforming, you start to notice that you're no longer the same person who asked for the blessing in the first place. Your desires might shift. Your vision might expand. What you thought you wanted might change into something even better. This is perfect. This is how it should be, because you're not meant to stay the same. You're meant to continuously evolve, to continuously grow, to continuously expand into more and more of who you really are. And as you expand, your capacity to receive expands. Your ability to handle blessings expands. Your vision for what's possible expands. So don't be attached to exactly how things are supposed to look. Don't limit the universe by insisting that your blessing has to come in a specific form at a specific time through a specific avenue. Stay open. Be flexible. Trust that what's coming is better than what you asked for. Trust that the universe has a bigger plan for you than you have for yourself. Because here's to the truth. Your logical mind can only work with what it knows. It can only create based on past experiences and current knowledge. But the universe has access to infinite possibilities that you can't even conceive of with your limited human mind. When you release control and trust the process, you allow the universe to surprise you with blessings that exceed your wildest dreams. And as you're moving through this preparation period, pay attention to the signs. The universe is always communicating with you, always guiding you, always giving you feedback. But you have to be tuned in to receive it. You have to be present. You have to be aware. You have to be listening. These signs might come as intuitive feelings. They might come as synchronicities. They might come through other people. They might come in books or songs or conversations. They might come in dreams. They come in so many different ways, but they always come. The question is, are you paying attention? When you have a strong feeling to call someone, do it. When you feel drawn to take a certain action, take it. When you keep seeing the same message over and over, listen to it. These are not coincidences. These are the universe guiding you, preparing you, moving you into position for your blessing. And trust the timing. This is so important. Just because something hasn't happened yet doesn't mean it's not going to happen. Just because you can't see the path doesn't mean there isn't one. Just because it's taking longer than you expected doesn't mean you're off track. Everything happens in divine timing, and divine timing is always perfect, even when it doesn't match your human timeline. Think about nature. A seed doesn't become a tree overnight. It takes time. It needs the right conditions. It needs water and sunlight and nutrients. It needs to go through stages of growth that can't be rushed. And your blessing is the same way. It's growing. It's developing. It's coming together. All the pieces are being arranged. All the circumstances are being aligned. All the people are being positioned. Your job is not to worry about when it's going to happen or how it's going to happen. Your job is to stay faithful. Your job is to keep believing. Your job is to keep preparing yourself. Your job is to keep doing the work. Your job is to keep being the person you need to be. And when the time is right, when everything is perfectly aligned, your blessing will manifest. And when it does, when it finally arrives, you'll understand why everything had to happen the way it did. You'll understand why you had to go through what you went through. You'll understand why certain doors closed and others opened. You'll understand why certain people left your life and others entered. You'll see the bigger picture. You'll see how every piece fit together perfectly to bring you to this moment. And you'll be amazed. You'll be in awe. You'll be filled with gratitude and wonder, not just for the blessing itself, but for the entire experience, for the growth, for the transformation, for the person you've become through the process. Because the real blessing isn't just what you receive, it's who you become in order to receive it. This is what most people don't understand. They're so focused on the destination that they miss the beauty of the path. They're so focused on the goal that they don't appreciate the growth. They're so focused on getting what they want that they don't realize they're becoming something so much more valuable than anything they could get. You are becoming a person of faith. You are becoming a person of strength. You are becoming a person of wisdom. You are becoming a person of character. You are becoming a person who knows how to navigate challenges. You are becoming a person who doesn't give up when things get hard. You are becoming a person who trusts in something bigger than yourself. You are becoming a person who's aligned with your highest purpose. And these qualities, these attributes, these characteristics that you're developing through this preparation period, these are the real treasures. These are what will sustain you, not just when you receive this blessing, but for the rest of your life. These are what will enable you to handle future challenges. These are what will allow you to help others who are going through what you've been through. Because once you receive your blessing, once you break through, once you reach that new level, you have a responsibility, not an obligation, but an opportunity. An opportunity to inspire others. An opportunity to encourage others. An opportunity to show others that it's possible, that miracles do happen, that dreams do come true, that faith works, that persistence pays off. That the universe does respond. Your story matters, your struggle matters, your victory matters. Not just for you, but for all the people who will be inspired by it. For all the people who will see what you've overcome and believe that they can overcome too. For all the people who will hear how you kept faith and decide to keep faith themselves. For all the people who will witness your transformation and be motivated to transform their own lives. This is the ripple effect of one person's breakthrough. This is the impact of one person's refusal to give up. This is the power of one person's commitment to their vision. You think you're just working on your own life, but you're actually creating a path for others to follow. You're actually becoming a light for others to see. You're actually proving what's possible for humanity. So keep going. Keep believing. Keep preparing. Keep growing. Keep trusting. Even when it's hard. Even when you're tired. Even when you can't see any evidence that things are changing. Even when everyone around you thinks you're crazy for still believing. Keep going, because something big is coming. I don't know exactly what it is for you. I don't know exactly when it will arrive. But I know it's coming. I can feel it. And if you're honest with yourself, you can feel it too. There's something stirring inside you. There's something shifting in your life. There's something happening that you can't quite explain. This is the evidence. Not external evidence, but internal evidence. This knowing that you have inside you that your life is about to change. This feeling that you're on the verge of something significant. This sense that all of your struggles have been leading to this moment. Trust that feeling. Honor that knowing. Follow that guidance. And understand that you're exactly where you need to be right now. Not where you want to be, perhaps, but where you need to be for your growth, for your preparation, for your transformation. Every experience you're having right now is necessary. Every challenge you're facing right now is preparing you. Every moment of difficulty you're enduring right now is strengthening you. You are in the cocoon. You are in the pressure chamber. You are in the refining fire. And it's uncomfortable. It's challenging. It's not easy, but it's necessary. Because what's coming requires a stronger version of you. What's coming requires a wiser version of you. What's coming requires a more faithful, more courageous, more resilient version of you. And that version is being forged right now, in this moment. Through these challenges, through these struggles, through these tests, you are becoming that person. You are transforming into that person. You are evolving into that person. And when the transformation is complete, when you've become who you need to become, the blessing will appear. Not a moment before, not a moment after, but at exactly the right time, in exactly the right way, through exactly the right channels. And it will be worth it. Every tear you've cried will be worth it. Every sleepless night will be worth it. Every moment of doubt will be worth it. Every time you wanted to give up but didn't will to be worth it. So hold on. Stay strong. Keep faith. Trust the process. Believe in yourself. Believe in your vision. Believe in the goodness of the universe. Believe that what's meant for you will not pass you by. Believe that you are being guided. Believe that you are being supported. Believe that you are being prepared for something magnificent. Because you are, right now, in this very moment, you are being prepared. The universe is working behind the scenes on your behalf. Doors are being opened. Connections are being made. Circumstances are being arranged. People are being positioned. Everything is coming together. Everything is working out. Everything is aligning. And soon, very soon, you will see the fruit of your faith. You will see the result of your persistence. You will see the reward for your patience. You will see the blessing that's been preparing for you all along. And when you do, you will understand. You will understand that it was all part of the plan. You will. understand that you were never alone. You will understand that you were always being guided toward this moment. And in that moment of realization, in that moment of understanding, in that moment of receiving, you will be grateful, not just for the blessing itself, but for the entire experience, for the waiting that taught you patience, for the challenges that taught you strength, for the doubt that taught you faith, for the pain that taught you compassion, for the struggle that taught you perseverance. You will be grateful for all of it, because you'll see how it all worked together to bring you here, to make you who you are, to prepare you for what you're receiving. And you'll know without a doubt that you were born for this, that this is your destiny, that this is your purpose, that this is what you came here to do. So get ready, prepare yourself, open your heart, open your mind, open your hands, because something big is coming, something that will exceed your expectations, something that will transform your life, something that will fulfill your purpose, something that will bring you joy and peace and abundance and love. It's coming, it's on its way, it's closer than you think. And when it arrives, you'll be ready, because you've been prepared, you've been transformed, you've been made new. You've become the person who can receive it, handle it, and use it to make a difference in the world. This is your time. This is your moment. This is your breakthrough. Believe it, receive it, live it.